Hi, everyone. We have author Jana Jones here, and she's going to tell us a little bit about herself.
Hi, everybody. My name is Jana Jones. I am a Baltimore native, West Baltimore, born and raised. I've lived a few places around the country, so I consider myself a bit of a nomad, but I'm very much a B-more girl. I'm currently living in Northern Virginia. This is my first novel, my first time as a writer, or published writer, I should say. My background is mostly in nonprofit and public service work. But I've always been a storyteller. And I feel like this book is a combination of just my years always being around the creative word. So this is it.
Okay, and it's publishing day for you, so
It is.
congratulations.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. And what inspired you to write this book?
So Vivid had been a story that had been hovering around me for years. And it was a thing where my work schedule was just so involved. I didn't have like the mental space to devote any more time to anything else. In 2014, I was talking to a friend and I said, look, I got this story. It's kind of haunting me. It won't leave me alone. And he was like, okay. So I endeavored to start writing then. So in 2014, on my birthday, actually, I began writing Vivid. I was writing, I was really in a rhythm. And then about March of 2015, I stopped. Just work stuff, life stuff. And then in 2020, actually, I picked Vivid up again and I finished it. And I was done about August of 2020. So I would say about 6 years off and on. I did take a very long break, but it was a story that I really wanted to tell. It touches on family, generational dysfunction, how to navigate through that, self-discovery, like who are you? Like who are you in the world? How do you see yourself? And also as a Baltimore native, it touched on, so the city of Baltimore has this like controversial past when it comes to exposing children to lead. So Vivid touches on that too. So it's a
Okay.
combination of a lot of things.
Nice. And how did you come up with the cover and the title?
Well, the title actually just came to me, and like I was telling someone else, the characters were so vivid and present and real in my mind. And when I try to explain that to people, I try to explain it in a way where I don't sound like strange, but that's how present they were, like just in my psyche. So Vivid is about that. Also, Vivid is told in retrospect. The main character, Sherry, is being interviewed by a reporter. So Vivid also speaks to just being there, standing there in that point in time, even though by the time she's talking to the reporter, it's 20 years about after the fact. But just it was so real, like her being in that time and space with all that happened to her and her children. It was very much vivid. And also Vivid speaks to the dreams and aspirations that Sherry had for her three children. They were very vivid. Even if she didn't have it all worked out in her life, she had vivid dreams and just goals for her kids. So it speaks to that as well.
Okay. And naming your characters, did you have the names picked out ahead of time or did you name them after?
They could just kind of popped up when they popped up. You know, some characters are known by their nicknames. Some are known by their, government name, I guess, in the book. They just kind of popped up like that. Yeah, as far as creating the characters, I drew from my own experience, my family's experience, and just stuff that I saw just out and about being a child of West Baltimore. So it drew all of that in, but the names just kind of came how they came.
Okay. And tell everyone where they can purchase your book.
Sure. So you can buy Vivid right now on Amazon.com and on BarnesandNoble.com.
And what are the formats that they're found in?
So it's available in EPUB, so Kindle ebook, hardback, and softcover.
Nice. And is there
Yeah.
are you is there going to be a sequel to this or is it going to be a standalone book?
Well, it's funny you asked me that because I realized once I got to the end, like actual final chapter of Vivid, I said to myself, this book can be an origin story book. Once you get to the end and you read the final chapter, what I'm saying now is going to make sense. And it easily could have a sequel, but the way I wrote it, I don't have plans for a sequel as of now. And I have some like upcoming projects I'm trying to like knock out, but it could easily be a Vivid Part 2 with the way the book wraps up.
Okay. Okay. And where can we find you on social media?
Yes, so my website is janajjones.com. That's my site. On Twitter and on IG, my handle was written by Jana.
And what do you hope readers take away from reading Vivid?
I want them to really be encouraged. The story itself, it's a heavy story, but we follow Sherry's journey and we see her self-actualization, and it's a triumph, even in the face of just, you know, a lot. In the face of just so much hardship, she is a champion for herself, for her children, for the children of Baltimore. And we see her realize that. And I want readers to get encouraged by that. Also, I would like for readers to know a little bit about the backstory with the lead, Baltimore lead. With this being a fiction book and not non, I wanted to stay in my lane. I didn't want this to be like a policy piece, and I still want this to be a story that you can follow and flow with. But the subject matter is very important. It's something that I feel doesn't get discussed enough, considering the far-reaching repercussions that happen to a lot of kids back in like the late 80s, early 90s. That doesn't get discussed a lot. Similar to like the Henrietta Lacks story that people know about now, thanks to the book that was released by Rebecca Sloot, I think. Vivid touches on a very important subject. And I really hope that people would take that and maybe do more Googling and learn more about what happened. It's a very important, piece of history that happened not too long ago, early 90s.
And did you experience any writer's block?
Yes, well, I experienced about 4 years worth of writer's block because the story just did not come. But once I got into a rhythm, and music helped me a lot, I put that in my social media, like just listening to songs really kind of broke that writer's block. So that helped a lot, but writer's block is real. I'm working on that because I can't afford to wait another 5 years between books. So I'm trying to tackle that.
And how do you think being a writer has helped you as a person?
That's a really good question. I feel like it helps me even more to not just take things on the surface level. I feel that everything is relative, and there's so many sides and layers and dimensions to a person. And in writing my characters, a person that on its face may come off as, she's shallow, or she's mean, or she's whatever. But the way I wrote characters, it was a full like 360. You saw their whole persona. And I think that as a writer now, it compels me to look beyond just the surface at a person, because there's so many sides to all of us. And it's important to remember that.
Definitely, yes. And is there anything else that you would like to tell us about Vivid?
I hope you all check it out. Check Vivid out. I will say this, and I'm glad I'm speaking with you because you have a book club. Vivid is a perfect book club book. And I'm gonna tell you why. There are so many like sub stories. The main story, of course, is Sherry. Sherry's the main character. We're following her. She's the main, of course. But there's so many sub stories. And once people read the book and they see what I'm talking about, this is the perfect like book club argument type book already. So just putting it out there, anyone who heads up book clubs, this is the book you want to read.
Yes.
Because there's so many variables, and it's a lot, but it's a good story.
Yes, we love those type of books. I mean,
Yes.
those good conversational pieces are the best.
Very much so.
Yeah. And a lot of times, like some of us will miss things, but somebody else will pick it up. Like, did you catch how?
Yes. And there's a lot of that in this book, a lot of like innuendo that you might have to like read again and like, did he say? You have to go back and read a chapter. So it's like that.
And is Sherry your favorite character in the book?
My heart is soft towards Sherry. As far as my favorite character, I'm partial to her three children.
Okay.
So she has three children, two boys and a girl, Champ, Popsy, and Peach. And I think readers will really, by the time they get finished reading this book, they're going to fall in love with them. So I am partial to the children in the book.
Okay.
I just thank you so much for this platform, and I hope you all take some time and give Vivid a glance, check it out, and just thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for joining me.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. All right, everyone. That was author Jana Jones telling us about her book. Make sure you go out and purchase a copy. And don't forget to like and subscribe to our videos below.